You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from Investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Wednesday. First thing to know is markets await release of Fed minutes. Investors are awaiting the publication of minutes from the Federal Reserve's latest policy meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for clues into the outlook for monetary policy. The U.S. Central Bank held interest rates unchanged, as was widely expected, following its meeting on August 1st, and gave an upbeat assessment of the world's biggest economy, staying on course to gradually lift interest rates. The Fed has signaled to markets it will hike interest rates 2 more times this year in September and December. Against this backdrop, the U.S. Central Bank is shrinking its balance sheet by allowing maturing securities to roll off its balance sheet without replacing them. Besides the Fed, the July report on existing home sales will be released at 10 a.m. Eastern following the Energy Information Administration's weekly report on oil stock prices, the stockpiles, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Second thing to know today is U.S. and China resume trade talks. U.S. and Chinese officials are set to resume contentious trade talks under the cloud of a prediction by President Donald Trump that there will be no real progress. A 9-member delegation from Beijing, led by Vice Commerce Minister Wang Xiaowen, will hold meetings with U.S. officials led by the Treasury Undersecretary David Malpass in Washington on Wednesday and Thursday. The 2 days of meetings are the first formal U.S.-China trade talks since U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross met with Chinese economic advisor Liu He in Beijing in June. Third thing to know today is investors monitor Trump legal drama. Developments in U.S. politics also took center stage. Trump's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, pleaded guilty on 8 counts related to tax fraud, excessive campaign contributions, making false statements to financial institutions, and unlawful corporate contributions at a court hearing in New York. 2 of the counts that Cohen pleaded guilty appear to relate to Trump directly. Cohen admitted to making payments to 2 women at the discretion of an unidentified candidate for political office who appears to be the president. He could face more than 5 years in prison. At the same time, Trump's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort was found guilty of 8 criminal counts brought against him by special counsel Robert Mueller, including 5 counts of tax fraud. He was also found guilty of 2 counts of bank fraud and 1 count of failing to file foreign bank account reports. The fourth thing to know today is U.S. stock futures point to a lower open. On Wall Street, U.S. stock futures pointed to a lower open ahead of 2 days of trade talks between the U.S. and China, and as investors digested the legal fallout surrounding President Donald Trump. The fifth thing to know today is Target reports earnings. The second quarter earnings season has all but wound down. However, results today are expected from a few retailers, including Target, Lowe's, and L Brands. Target's results will be closely watched, with Wall Street looking for same-store sales that rose 3.9% during the second quarter. Over the last year, shares of Target are up more than 45%. Our second story today comes by way of CNBC.com. 3,453 days later, the U.S. bull market is set to become the longest on record. Age is just a number. With the stock market attaining the crown of its longest-running bull market in modern financial history, investors should not fret over the milestone, but should focus on the solid underpinnings driving the run. The current bull market rally, which started March 9th of 2009, becomes the longest one on record since World War II on Wednesday by avoiding a 20% or more decline, according to S&P Dow Jones indices. The market has risen more than 300% since its low 9 years ago. On Tuesday, it tied the rally from 1990 to early 2000, which totaled 3,452 days and hit a record high. Our final story today comes by way of CNBC.com as well. Bitcoin spikes almost $400 in an hour to a 2-week high. Bitcoin spiked in value on Wednesday to a 2-week high. The world's best-known cryptocurrency surged from $6,466.50 at around midnight, $6,858.61 around 1 a.m. London time, according to data from industry website CoinDesk. It was the first time Bitcoin had been above the 6,800 level since August 7th. The reason for the sudden jump in the virtual currency's value is not immediately clear. Cryptocurrency softened slightly to 66.6396 by around 2 p.m. London time on Wednesday. That's up 2.87% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is still down 66% from a record price near 20,000 it set in December of last year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. Your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.